அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். பயாலஜி தமிழ்நாடு சேனல் சார்பாக உங்களை அன்புடன் வரவேற்கிறோம். இன்றைக்கி நம்ம என்ன பார்க்க போகிறோம் அப்படின்னா, உங்களுடைய 12th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் பயோபாட்டனி இங்கிலீஷ் மீடியம் புக்கில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஃபஸ்ட் லெசன் செக்ஷுவல் அண்ட் ஏசெக்ஷுவல் ரீப்ரொடக்ஷன் அண்ட் ஃப்ளாரிங் பிளான்ஸில் இருக்கக்கூடிய வேர்ட்ஸ் நம்ம பார்த்துட்ருக்குறோம். அதில் பார்ட் 4 நாம் இன்றைக்கி பார்க்கலாம். When the pollen deposits on another flower of the same plant, it's called as Geitonogamy. Geitonogamous flowers are always monoecious. Which type of pollination is functionally a cross pollination but is generally to autogamy? Geitonogamy. The pollen deposits on another flower of a different plant of the same species is called xenogamy. The flowers have several mechanisms to promote cross-pollination. They are called contrivances of cross-pollination or outbreeding. Male and female flowers on the same plant is called monoecious. Example for monoecious: coconut, bitter gourd. In which plants autogamy is prevented but geitonogamy takes place? Castor and maize. Male and female flowers on different plants are called dioecious. Examples for dioecious: boraces, carica and phoenix. In which type of plants autogamy and geitonogamy are prevented? Dioecious plants. In a bisexual flower, anthers and stigma matured at different times is called dichogamy. If the stamens mature earlier in a flower than the stigmas is called as protandry. Examples for protandrous flowers: Helianthus, Clerodendrum. If the stigmas mature earlier than the stamens of a flower, it's called protogyny. Examples for protogyny: Scrophularia nodosa and Aristolochia bracteata. In a bisexual flower, the essential organs, the stamens and the stigmas, are arranged in such a way that self-pollination becomes impossible. Is called hercogamy. Example for hercogamy: Gloriosa superba. In which plant the stigmas project far above the stamens? Hibiscus. The plants produce 2 or 3 different forms of flowers that are different in their length of stamens and style are called heterostyly. Write the characters of pin or long style of primula plant. Long stigmatic papillae, short stamens and small pollen grains. Write the characters of thrum-eyed or short style of primula plant. Small stigmatic papillae, long stamens and large pollen grains. If the plant produces 3 kinds of flowers with respect to the length of the style and stamen is called tristyly. Example for tristyly: Lythrum. Example for self-sterility. Abutilon and Passiflora. Pollinated by wind is called anemophily. Pollination by water is called hydrophily. Pollination by animals is called zoophily. Write some examples for anemophilous flowers. Grasses, sugarcane, bamboo, coconut, palm, maize. In which pollination pendulous flowers, catkin-like or spike inflorescence are seen? Anemophily or wind pollination. In which pollination the perianth is absent or highly reduced? Wind pollination or anemophily. In which pollination the flowers are inconspicuous, colorless, not scented, do not secrete any secretions? Wind pollination. In which pollination the pollen grains are light and dry? Wind pollination, that is anemophily. In which plant the anthers burst violently and release the pollen into the air? Artica. Botanical name of maize. Zea mays. In Zea mays, the male inflorescence is called tassel. In Zea mays, the female inflorescence is called cob. Length of the stigma in Zea mays. 23 centimeter. Example for hydrophilous flowers. Vallisneria hydrilla. Water plants like Eichhornia and water lily, the pollination type is wind or insect. What are the types of water pollination? Epihydrophily and hypohydrophily. In most of the hydrophilous flowers, name the material the pollen grains possess which protects them from wetting. Mucilage. Examples for epihydrophily. Vallisneria spiralis. The same plant, Vallisneria is a genus name, Spiralis species name. Then another one plant, Elodea. Which part of the female flower coils and goes under water where fruits are produced? Stalk of the flower. Examples for hydrophily. Zostera marina and Ceratophyllum. In which pollinated flowers the pollen grains are long and needle-like? Hydrophily, hypohydrophily. Pollination by beetles is called Canthrophily. Pollination by moths is called Phalonophily. Pollination by bees is called Melitophily. Pollination by butterflies is called Psychophily. Pollination by snails is called Malacophily. Pollination by birds is called Ornithophily. Pollination by bats is called Chiropterophily. Pollination by ants is called Myrmecophily. மேலும் பல தகவல்களை தெரிந்து கொள்வதற்கு பயாலஜி தமிழ்நாடு சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுங்கள். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
பலருக்கு சேவை செஞ்ச நீயும் ஒரு ஹீரோடா. ஒரு கைப்பிடி சோறானாலும் ஷேர் செஞ்சு பாருடா.